Hello, this is Bob Oros coming to you today with lesson number 47 from Canton, Georgia. Now, Canton is a small town in northern Georgia, a great little place. About 25,000 people live there. And the reason we're focusing on Canton is because that is actually the broiler belt center of the country. Now, I bet you didn't even know there was such a thing as a broiler belt. Well, there are 250,000 poultry farms in the U.S., and there's a concentration of them right there around this greater area. Poultry used to be grown up in the New England area, but due to the cold and the high cost of fuel, they migrated towards the south where they now operate. There's 250 processing plants in the country, and there's 10 of them located not too far from this particular town. Now, the chicken business, when you think of chicken, you think of fried chicken, you think of baked chicken, broiled chicken. There's enough chicken recipes to fill a book, and there's enough line items in your warehouse to keep a good section of your freezer filled with processed chicken. But one thing you don't know about chicken is that if you wanted to open up a chicken farm and you wanted to be to raise chickens, here's what you would do. First of all, you have to have a barn to put them in. You have to have a sizable barn, and you have to have thousands of chickens. And where do the chickens come from? Well, you make a contract with the manufacturing poultry manufacturer, and they will provide you with the chickens, and they will pay you a certain amount of money per bird per week. And you have to have 1 square foot of barn space for each chicken that you grow. And then the way you get paid is you get a certain amount of money per bird per week. And then at the end of 7 or 8 weeks when they grow up, you get like what you call a settlement check, and that gives you money to clean out your barn and get it all ready for the next batch. So it's a pretty good way to make a living. Chicken also has a high food conversion rate, which means that the feed that you feed them turns into meat, and it has a good ratio. All animals have a feed conversion rate, but chickens is good, and that's why they can grow them rapidly and replenish them, and they're a good source of protein for the country. And there's 9 billion, as we said, chickens raised every year. We are the second largest processor and grower of chickens in the world, with the exception of China. They grow about twice as many as we do. They also have what they call free-range chickens, and these are chickens that like it says, they grow up out on the range. They're allowed to walk around. They feed them different. They take a lot longer to grow than 7 or 8 weeks. They cost a lot more to raise, so naturally they're going to be more expensive. Are they any better? Well, you'll have to try a free-range chicken, and when you do, let me know what you think about that. One of the other things I see just from this picture here is you can mix a few other species in there. I think there's either a duck and maybe a goose in there, so you can put your goose out there and have your Christmas goose all ready to go and for the holidays. Today's lesson, number 47, why do buyers have objections? Well, if you're going to buy something, or I'm going to buy something, we are going to have objections. We're going to want to know why the price is what it is, what are the features, what are the benefits, can I buy it from a competitor cheaper, on and on and on. And why is this? And this is a really important point, because anyone who will not complain about price is not very interested in what we are selling. Now think about that. If you go in and you give them a pitch and they say, oh sure, let me have it, something's wrong. A flag goes up, because they're going to have objections, and these objections are good. We want to have these objections, because objections are really questions. So if we look at it that way, what they're asking for when they give you an objection is giving more information. They're saying, I want to buy it, but you're going to have to sell it to me. So here, I'm not going to make it easy for you. I'm not going to do your job for you. I'm going to give you at least 5 objections before I make a decision to buy from it, and that's just to clarify everything that you're selling to me. So look at the objections in a new light. Look at them as all they're doing is asking me for information. The worst thing we want is an indifferent buyer, one who just doesn't care. You give them you make the presentation, you give him the information, and he says, yeah, whatever. Well, that's the guy you don't want to run into. You want somebody that's going to say, Whoa, how much is that? Did you say? Wow, I can buy it cheaper from from your competitors out there selling it for a lot less than that. What about your delivery? I don't know if your delivery is going to work out. Let's talk about that. So you see what they're doing is they're asking for information. So keep that in mind. There's 27 objections altogether, 27, and they're all listed in this lesson. So go down through there and rethink them and look at them and see if you can come up with a good answer for each one of them. And if you can, your selling skills are going to be really sharp. So with that in mind, go out and have yourself some fried chicken or some free-range chicken, or better yet, as you're out on the road today, stop in and get a little fried chicken snack. Keep you going for the day. So you take care, have a good one, and make that great sale, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Talk to you soon.